going to be a very interesting and very important lecture, guys. That is about the new Ramsar sites that India obtained in the last year. So we are going to cover up a few sites and a few related informations about the Ramsar sites, as well as the details related to the wetlands and the wetland convention. So my dear friends, welcome to this session, and for the next half an hour, 45 minutes, we are going to cover up these details related to the Ramsar sites and the latest developments in this. So very good evening. Good evening, Simran. Let's see for a couple of minutes. Today is the Sunday night, 8 p.m. Let's see how many more people are interested to join the session. And definitely those who will be joining it, that will be a very beneficial one for them. Probably I'm expecting that most of you would have been in the touch with the current affairs. Yes, Ashish, definitely today I have taken so many classes and you are attending so many classes. That's so great by you. Kirti Bala, very good evening. So guys, quickly, you can just do one thing. As you can join, just tell me, and within a couple of minutes, we will get to the start of this lecture. Good evening, everyone. Subhashmita, very good evening. So, how are you all? How was your Sunday till now? I hope all of you are enjoying your Sunday, attending the classes one after the other, or at least you might have enjoyed, in some other way, might have gone for some shopping, might have gone for some outing, some picnic, some day out, anything you could have done in Sunday. Because for me, Sunday is absolutely working day. There is no relaxation. All right. Okay, guys. Prabpreet, good evening. Your name is extremely unique, Prabpreet. That means the beloved of the God, or what? Exactly. Okay, guys. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started with today's topic of the day, and that is India gets new Ramsar sites. So how many of you know exactly that how many sites India had, how many sites, Ramsar sites, India had at the end of 2019? That means before 2020, how many sites were there declared as the Ramsar sites? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me that? Sweetie, Ashneet, Priyanka, Abhi, very good evening. Poleshwar, very good evening. Yes, Himanshu. Okay. Charan, hello. Hello, Charan. How are you? So, guys, it's extremely cold. I think it is like winter has returned. Winter has returned, even though it has not gone anywhere. But in central India, it is at least returning. So, it's important to take good care of yourself. However, I was asking a question. Number of Ramsar sites at the end of 2019. Guys, there were a total of 27. All right, 27 sites at the end of the 2019. However, what happened? What happened in the year 2020? We got at least. Sorry, there were 28 and we got at least 14 more, and these led to the 42nd, right? 42nd, and there are total of 42 sites at present. If we talk about the total sites, so there were 27 at the end, then it became 14 plus, then plus one more. So currently we have a total of 42nd. All right. So guys, this topic is about the Ladakh. There is a place in Ladakh called as Sokar. It's read as Sokar Wetland Complex, which became a Ramsar site. That was India's 42nd and 14th in the year 2020. So guys, 2020 was the landmark year for the wetland conservation in India, because maximum number of the Ramsar sites were declared in a single year, and this was the 14th one. So it was the second Ramsar site in Ladakh, because the So Moriri, that was the first one. All right. So this topic is going to be an important topic. So in this lecture, we will get to know about the Ramsar sites, the latest additions in the Ramsar sites. What is the basic purpose? We will look at the location of those sites on the map. We will also try to learn the meaning of the wetland and need of their conservation. That's all for today. Okay. So Sokar Basin consists of the Startsapuk So, right? Startsapuk So, which is a freshwater lake, and Sokar, which is a hypersaline lake. So guys, you all might be aware that wherever there is a combination of the freshwater body plus saline water body, so definitely there is much higher probability of the biodiversity, as well as that serves as the better breeding ground for many migratory birds. So same case is applicable for the Ladakh's Sokar wetland complex. Okay, Sokar wetland complex, which has two types of water bodies, which one is the Tatsupuk So, that is the freshwater, and Sokar, that is the hypersaline lake. Hypersaline means extraordinary, very high concentration of the salt as compared to the normal water. So this can become an important information for upcoming examination, guys. Okay. Another examination point of view, this is important point, that basin is an A1 category important bird area as per the BirdLife International. So we need to learn here that what is the meaning of BirdLife International. First thing, okay, BirdLife International. This is an organization that gives the ratings and categorizations for the migratory bird related data and places. So this place in Ladakh has got the A1 category. So friends, it is important for us to know that which birds are related to that the Sokar wetland complex, which birds are related to that particular area. It is important. And we also need to learn that the meaning of the different ratings, different gradings of the categories. What is the significance of that? Okay. So very good evening to each and everyone. Those who have joined it late, no worries guys. I have just started off the session and we will have a lot of things to learn in this beautiful session. So let's move ahead. A1, right? So A1 category means globally threatened species, according to which guys, this was the body. Those who have not seen it, just note down this name, BirdLife International. This is the body which categorizes the bird areas. A1 areas are those where the globally threatened species, they travel, okay, they stage. A2 is the category where the restricted range species, some species which have the very defined migratory path, very well defined migratory path and very well defined distribution of that species also. A3 category of the birds, biome restricted species. So guys, we all know that certain species are restricted to the specific biome. What is the meaning of biome? Everyone, tell me in the comment box quickly, meaning of biome. What is the meaning of biome? In one line, tell me the meaning of biome quickly. Okay. What are the criteria to declare any site Ramsar site? Okay, Simran, I will be telling you that in the upcoming lecture, so don't worry. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so guys, what is the meaning of biome? Okay, so Sahu is saying that life, area of flora and fauna, that is said by Pragya. Oh, is that very good? So basically, guys, you all must be aware the biome is that, you know, the living space, the creatures, the group of living organisms, flora and fauna, that is called as biome. So certain birds are actually restricted to the specific biome. Okay. Then A4 category, that is the congregations of more than 1% of the population of the species. So such places are categorized as the A4 category of the bird migratory bird sites, where at least 1% of the whole population of the species is gets congregated. Okay, so the Sokar wetland complex is a place where A1 category is granted. That means it is the breeding area for the species like the black neck crane, okay, great crested grebe, and bar-headed geek and ruddy shelduck, etc. All right. So these are the bird species which are amongst the globally threatened species, and therefore these are very crucial. All right. These are very crucial. Other sites. So guys, apart from the Sokar wetland complex in Ladakh, in our country, during the month of September, we had seen various other sites to be included in the Ramsar sites list. That was, one was the Meteor Lake at Lonar. It's a very famous lake, guys. We all know that in Lonar there is a meteor lake in Maharashtra. Then there is a Sur Sarovar, that is a place near Agra. Okay, Kabartal wetland in Bihar. So this Kabartal wetland, it is important. Why? Because it is the first Ramsar site in Bihar. All right, first Ramsar site in Bihar. Then Asan Conservation Reserve, Uttarakhand. So these four sites were declared as the Ramsar sites before Sokar. So guys, these are here. Just see this one. In the year 2020, various other places were declared as the Ramsar site in these three states: UP, Maharashtra, and Punjab. Right, UP, Maharashtra, and Punjab. So in Punjab, these names are important: Nangal Wildlife Sanctuary, Keshopur Wetland, that is the Gurdaspur Bird Sanctuary, Byas Wetland Site, basically related to the Bhakhara Nangal Dam project and the areas nearby. In UP, various sites were the Sarsai Nawar Jheel, Nawabganj Bird Sanctuary, then Samaspur Bird Sanctuary, Sandhi Bird Sanctuary, Parvati Arga Bird Sanctuary, and Saman Bird Sanctuary. All right. And this was the first place which was declared as the Ramsar site in Maharashtra. Which was the first place of Maharashtra? Nandur Madhyameshwar Bird Sanctuary. So guys, in the year 2020, Bihar and Maharashtra, they got their first ever Ramsar sites. First ever Ramsar site. So that is Maharashtra, the Nandur Madhyameshwar. Second site in Maharashtra, that is Lonar Lake. All right, Lonar Lake. Whereas in Bihar, we saw that the first site that was the Kabartal wetland. Which one was? It was Kabartal wetland. All right, Kabartal wetland. So these are the important factual information that you need to remember, at least for upcoming examination. All right. So apart from that, guys, moving ahead, if we see in total sites which were added this year, that means in the previous year 2020. So these are, we have already seen the sites of UP, right? We have already seen the sites of Maharashtra. All right, sites of Maharashtra, and in Punjab also we have seen that. Uttarakhand, it was Asan Barrage. Bihar, the Kavartal Lake or Cover Lake simply. Then apart from that, the other sites were added in February. That was Sundarban Reserve Forest Area. All right, that was the site in February 1st, 2020. Got it? So guys, these are the places which were added in, right, which were added in the list of Ramsar sites. Everyone. So moving ahead, if we can see here, India currently has 42 sites. We have already discussed this is highest in South Asia. Question for you. Question for you. Which country has highest number of wetland sites in okay, or wetlands in Asia among the following? If just I'm giving you the options, like it is India, Japan, Korea, South Korea, that is, okay, Korea, then Philippines. Okay, Philippines. So which is the country that is having the maximum number of the Ramsar sites in Asia among these four countries? India, Japan, Korea, Philippines. What should be your option? What should be your answer, guys? I'm waiting for your answer. If you get that, quickly reply with your answer. Come on, guys, try to answer this one. Let us check that how many of you are aware with the current affair facts. Yes, everyone. All right. So I can see a few people are coming, giving the answers. That is India, that is Japan. Then Ashneet is saying 4, and Anuruddha is saying India. All right. India is actually highest in South Asia. Don't forget, don't miss this point, South Asia. It should be Japan. The Japan is the correct answer, guys. Japan is the correct answer in this regard. It is having the highest number of the wetland sites among these countries. In general, it is China. All right. Now, see, this is the location. These are the locations of the all wetland sites of India. And this is the list also. I hope you can read it out. The Asan Conservation Reserve. All right. And the date is also given, that in which date particular site was designated as a Ramsar site. All right, guys. In which particular date. Those who are facing some network problem or looping, etc., don't worry. You can reduce your resolution. That will work fine. So this information is taken from, the Wildlife Institute of India and the Ramsar website. So here it is the total list. How many? 42 places. Which states? Now question can be formed in which on the basis of this map. Like consider the following statements about the Ramsar sites. They will give you one statement that it was implemented or it was enacted under a convention at the Ramsar city of the northern Iran. Second statement will be like India has the second highest number of the Ramsar sites in the Asia. Third statement will be like Chhattisgarh has one Ramsar site or Maharashtra has no Ramsar sites. This is how they can ask the question. So one particular statement can be definitely given, or which state has the maximum number of Ramsar sites. This is also important in this. Okay, so you can see it very clearly that mostly the northern states are having the higher number of the Ramsar sites. See this one. All right, usually in Himachal or in Jammu and Kashmir or in Ladakh particularly. All right, so these are some important informations that you can get from this particular map. So currently it is the UP which is having the highest number of the sites. All right, UP. Yes, that is good. Definitely. So Haryana is having no site. Even Rajasthan is having one site. Can somebody tell me which is the site in Rajasthan? Anyone? Which is the site in Rajasthan which is having the Ramsar site tag? Rajasthan, this particular place, number 31. Very easy guess. It's a very easy guess, guys, for you. Very easy guess. Basically, all of you must be able to recognize that it is the Sambhar Lake. Sambhar Lake. Okay. So, moving ahead further, some facts about the Ramsar sites. So, Ramsar Convention on the Wetland, everyone understands that it was an intergovernmental treaty. This term is important, my dear friends. Don't take it lightly. They will simply change the word here. Like they will write a statement that Ramsar Convention is a intergovernmental treaty. They will not. They will write it like international treaty, or they will write it like uh, also they will write the interdepartmental you can say interdepartmental declaration or anything. They can change any word and simply to confuse you, so you don't get confused. It is intergovernmental treaty adopted in 1971 in the Iranian city of Ramsar, that is in the northern Iran on the southern shore of Caspian Sea. Correct? Then there are certain criteria. I think Simran was asking that what are the criteria for the Ramsar sites. All right. So first thing is that it should be having a unique wetland. And guys, wetland can be either natural or near natural. That means even if it is artificial wetland, that means man-made, but it should be there for a sustainable long period of time, and it should be having an individual, a unique habitat. So it should be a unique wetland that is natural or near natural. All right, or near natural. First criteria, with unique habitat. All right, unique habitat. And second thing that it must support, guys, these are the criteria for declaration of the Ramsar sites. So it must support the vulnerable, endangered, all right, or critically endangered species, or the threatened ecological communities. All right. So both of these criteria must be fulfilled for any site to be awarded the status of the Ramsar site. Which criteria? The unique wetland, or the either natural or near natural wetland, that should be having a unique habitat pattern. All right, first criteria. Second criteria, that habitat should be providing the support to either vulnerable or endangered or critically endangered species, or the ecological components. So if this is fulfilled, if these two are fulfilled, then what happens? Then the site can be applied for the tag of Ramsar site. And who will send the application? The Ministry of the Environment and Forest in the respective country. Like in India, our Ministry of Environment and Forest does that. All right. Now, moving to the second point. I hope this criteria is clear to all of you, and it is important. If you have not noted it down, you can note it down. All right. Then, second point. Ramsar Convention had an aim of the conservation and the wise use of wetland with local, national and international cooperation for overall sustainable development of the world. Guys, I told you, repeated a number of times, that you should try to learn the standard definition, standard objectives whenever we are learning about a specific organization or a body. So this is the official line taken from the website of Ramsar Convention. So try to learn this exactly. That is, the convention had the aim of conservation and the wise use of the wetlands with local, national, international cooperation for overall sustainable development. Got it? Apart from that, Ramsar sites are maintained in the Montreux record to track any major ecological changes that might affect any wetland sites, positive or in negative way. So guys, the Montreux record is basically, it is right, it is like the cross examination of the Ramsar site. Okay, the continuous inspection of the Ramsar site, which keeps mentioning the possible changes in the condition of Ramsar sites. So in India, currently we have how many Ramsar sites under the Montreux record? Probably two Ramsar sites, right? Probably two Ramsar sites are under the Montreux record. That means they are witnessing quick and very much changes in the condition of the Ramsar status. When was it entered into India? When did it enter into India? In 1982. Okay, in 1982, it was enforced in India also. Enforced in India also. And here only we can also get to see that which was probably the first Ramsar site in India. So you can just see this here, guys. You can just see this here. Alright. These are the list of years. See this one. Chilka Lake. Okay. Chilka Lake was declared as a Ramsar site as early as in 1981. Alright. Kevladev National Park as early as in 1981. Okay. And apart from these, there were no other sites till the year 1990. That is Wooler Lake. That is Wooler Lake. So guys, these are also important information for you. Okay, important information for you. So you can learn these things like which one? Chilka Lake and Kevladev National Park. These two were the earliest. Okay, these two were the earliest. And the next earliest was Sambhar Lake and Wooler Lake. Sambhar Lake and Wooler Lake. Got it? Now, so I told you about the Montreux record as well. Alright, Montreux record, that is a register of the wetland site that lists the wetlands of international importance where changes are occurring at such a rate which may destroy the natural habitat of that site. So therefore those sites are like the critical sites. So critical Ramsar sites are mentioned or recorded in the Montreux record. That is for sure. So in one line we can say that the Montreux record is the record of the critical Ramsar sites. In India we have two wetlands which are in the Montreux record. Kevladev National Park of Rajasthan and Loktak Lake of Manipur. Okay, Loktak Lake of Manipur. Earlier this lake was also there, Chilka Lake, but nowadays we all know that it has been almost restored to its natural conditions. Okay, so guys, we all know that brackish water lakes in India are the rich places of the biodiversity, the rich places of the ecological systems. However, Chilka Lake was highly endangered. There were a lot of human activities near the Chilka Lake, but almost all the human activities are now prohibited. So it is actually out of danger, but these two are still in danger. Still in danger. All right. So, Ashneet, I got your this comment, brother. This comment it reached to me. So there is a question that intergovernmental, if not given, then international may be considered as the right. Definitely that may be considered as the right. All right. Now, Ramsar Convention and wetlands. So what is the relation between the Ramsar Conventions and the wetlands? Okay. So guys, this convention is basically centered around the three major pillars. So whenever you may get a question in the prelims examination or in the mains examination, this type of information is going to be helpful for both of your exams. You may get suppose these three statements directly in the pre-question, or you may get any question related to the Ramsar site. Okay, so discuss the criteria or discuss the you can say conventions or discuss the basis of the Ramsar Convention. You can write down these type of points in that answer also. So here it includes that three basic pillars of the Ramsar Convention. They were defined in 1997. So guys, can somebody tell me that currently which is the year that Ramsar Convention is planning to implement its strategy? Which is the strategic year for Ramsar Convention at present? Any idea about that? Strategic year for Ramsar Convention at present? It is working under the strategic plan up to 2024. So currently it is the criteria of the strategic year of the Ramsar Convention 2024. Okay, so sixth strategic plan is currently under operation. This is all you have to learn. Okay, so three basic pillars of the Ramsar Convention. Okay, three basic pillars of the Ramsar Convention include what? First, wise use of the wetlands through the national plan, policy, legislation. We already learned about that. So wise use of all the wetlands through the plans, policies, public education, management action, legislation, whichever possible way. Second pillar is designation and sustainable management of the suitable wetlands for inclusion on the list of wetland sites of international importance. So guys, this is something under which the government of India also works to designate the suitable place and to request the Ramsar Convention that to accord that status. And what are the benefits, by the way? It just comes under better preservation practices. Better preservation practices. So guys, third pillar is that international cooperation on the transboundary wetlands and the shared species. Any example of the transboundary wetlands? Can somebody give me any example of a transboundary wetland? Any transboundary wetland? Not in India, anywhere in the world. Can somebody give me an example of that? Anybody can give me an example of that transboundary wetland? Guys, there are transboundary wetlands, right? Such as you can take the example of the Caspian Sea itself. All right, the Caspian region itself is one of the biggest transboundary wetlands. All right. Then, what is the meaning of the wise use of wetland? So, wise use means using the wetland to maintain the ecological character. That's all. Ecological character. So, therefore, whichever site starts losing the ecological character, that site comes under the Montreux record. Okay, Montreux record. So, in India, we saw two sites with system. Now, the last part of this lecture, that is, what are the wetlands? What are the wetlands? Why are we so worried about the wetlands? What is so special in the wetland? Why do we need to protect the wetlands? So, can somebody now tell me, that which is the biggest source of the absorption of the storage of carbon on the earth? Anybody try to answer this question? Which is the biggest source of the storage of the carbon on this earth? Everyone. Carbon is stored in which type of ecosystem, in which type of part of the biome? Can somebody try? So, answers are coming: ocean, wetland. Okay. So definitely, so guys, basically the correct answer should be ocean. However, see, wetlands are those areas. Now we need to define the wetlands, because ocean is the correct answer. So why are we worried about the wetlands? Because wetlands are those areas which include the marshland, the fen, the peatland, or the water areas on the terrestrial. Okay. So whenever there is a terrestrial zone, but there is water area, and water is permanently present there. Permanently. There is a unique establishment, unique ecosystem in that region. This is declared as the wetland. Right? This is declared as the wetland, and such area where, even such marine areas where the tides don't exceed 6 meters. So that area is also a wetland. So my dear friends, ocean is the sink of carbon. That is true. But next important sink is the wetlands. Next important thing is wetland. In fact, if we talk about the efficiency, only 3% of the Earth's total land surface is covered by the peatlands or the wetlands. Only 3%. And still, they store more carbon than the total forest area of the world combined. So, now tell me that conservation of the wetlands, is it not important in the time when we are increasingly facing the threat of global warming? Alright, threat of global warming. So therefore, what happens? Therefore, the convention is increasing the focus on the protection of the conservation of the wetlands. Alright. Now, I hope it is clear to everybody that why are the wetlands important to be preserved. Clear? So apart from that also, they have various other advantages, like they are the rich areas of biodiversity. They are areas which provide the water supply and the water purification also. Alright. Climate regulation, because they control the carbon and therefore climate is also regulated. Flood regulation, because of the flow of water is sustained there. Coastal protection, because it provides the support to the life. Useful fibers, spiritual and cultural inspiration, and tourism. These are some additional advantages. So here we can say that the wetlands are more important. All these are secondary uses. Okay, even if just for the sake of writing, you can write in the answers. Main point will be given to this, that despite being just 3%, they are holding more carbon than the complete forest area of the world combined together. So guys, here I think it's a very light one, but it would be visible to you if you will see clearly. So we are actually draining the wetlands. Draining the wetlands means what? We are converting the wetlands into the normal ground, into the normal terrestrial ground, and it is increasing the harm and it is increasing the risk to atmosphere, risk to environment. How is that? Just see this one. Land is being degraded. Okay, land is being degraded because the salty water or the water which is standing at a place, it gains salinity. We all know that it gains salinity. So that is spilled on the other areas, that leads to the poor agricultural productivity. Similarly, if we are draining the peatlands, so what happens? In the nearby areas, there are increased fire frequency because it actually controls the moisture also. But when there is lack of moisture, the forest and other areas are dried. So in the summer, there are more chances of the fire accidents. Okay, like we saw that probably one of the biggest bushfires in Australia ever observed, that was observed due to the increased temperatures. All right, increased temperatures over a year. Okay, so average temperatures were increased. Why were they increased? Because of the global warming. Obviously, there is no doubt, no element of doubt in that. So what happens that if we are draining the peatlands, draining the wetlands, actually it is leading to the increasing greenhouse effect. Okay, increasing greenhouse effect. As the greenhouse effect increases, so what happened after that? That leads to the increase in temperature. Increase in the temperature leads to the change in the climate, and change in climate affects what? It affects the biodiversity once again, life on the earth. All these things are interconnected. So therefore, maintaining the balance of the wetlands is necessary. Now, Some final points about the wetlands. Wetland is number. So guys, these are important for your prelims examination. Once again, ISRO had prepared the wetland atlas in 2011 based on the satellite images, and there in 2011 it mapped 2,01,503 wetlands in the country, which had 4.63% of the total area. So guys, wetlands are different. We all know that there are total more than 2 lakh wetlands in the country, but Ramsar sites are different. Ramsar sites are the designated and conserved wetlands. Criteria I have already told you. That it should be a natural or near natural and unique habitat, and second, that it should provide the support to the endangered, vulnerable or critically endangered species or ecological system. So out of 2 lakh, only 42 fulfill this, and therefore guys, it was a very important news. You can see some of the important wetlands on the map. These are present in almost every state. These are present in Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, Punjab, Haryana, UP, Uttarakhand, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal. Almost every state. Arunachal Pradesh is not having that. Meghalaya is not having that, and Nagaland is not having that. Otherwise, all the states are having designated wetlands identified under National Wetland Conservation and Management Program. So this is the source of question. Which body identifies, or which program identifies the wetland? Answer should be the it should be the Wetlands Conservation and Management Program, WCMP. Okay guys, so that's all for today, and I hope you learned a few points from this lecture. The Ramsar site, number of Ramsar sites, criteria of Ramsar site, what is the use of the Ramsar site and wetlands, and particularly which are the criteria of the wetlands and where are the places of the wetlands. So guys, I hope this is going to be useful for your prelims as well as the mains examination. So till then guys, take care and keep learning. I hope you all enjoyed this session. So don't forget to rate. In a hurry to leave, please don't forget to rate. Let's meet in some other important lecture on Wednesday. Till then, take care guys, and don't forget to keep revising these lectures occasionally, in fact regularly. Take care guys, good night, and be safe and enjoy your time ahead. Thank you so much.